Da, da, da. Hi, Heather Davis. How are you?
Hey, Ryan Davis. I'm great. I'm excited to record this short little bonus episode with you.
I love talking to you.
Did you weren't so into the Jem rewatch?
It was fucking terrible.
Yeah,
so
yeah, it was
bad. And I'm
all right.
sad. I had really, really positive memories.
Did you?
I did. I did.
Okay, so Jem, for those of you who don't know, was basically created to sell toys. It was an animated cartoon aimed at kids. It ran from 1985 to 1988. They had 65 fucking episodes.
Good God.
Here's my version of the synopsis. Record company co-owner Jerrica Benton, her alter ego pop star fashion icon Jem, and the adventures of her band. Plus, she manages a foster home and has a boring ass boyfriend. Rival bands.
His name is Rio.
And he's boring as shit. Rival bands include the Misfits and introduced in season 3, the Stingers.
Oh, I don't remember the Stingers.
And say what you will about Jem, but let me tell you this, 100% Bechdel test approved. Like, they're never talking about dudes, not hardly. I watched the pilot episode and I watched Scandal. Which episodes did you watch?
I watched most of the pilot episode.
Oh, no.
I couldn't watch anymore. I couldn't watch anymore. I didn't even get to the end. She was like kissing Rio goodbye, and I was like, I know how this is going to end, and I just can't watch this. I'm sorry.
So, what do you remember about Jem? What got you excited to rewatch this?
I remembered hair, big hair.
Yeah.
I remember that she was truly, truly, truly outrageous. I remember Bad Girls. I couldn't remember what their name was. And then I was like, alter ego ? And I remembered that I definitely had the Jem doll, like the not Barbie doll.
I know we had Jem dolls because Barbie clothes did not fit on Jem dolls.
Yes. She only had her own outfit. She only had one outfit.
She had wider hips, I think. And smaller boobs.
Maybe, yeah.
So I know that those two didn't go together. So...
But her earrings lit up. I remember her earrings lit up.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's awesome.
I just remembered that her earrings lit up.
Let's talk a little bit about Jem, and then let's talk about Barbie. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I didn't realize what a dramatic origin story Jem had.
Right? Neither did I. I was like, oh my God. And they just jumped right into that.
I mean, it starts with the death of her father, and then it's like, Jem is Batman. Like, she's got, like, a supercomputer that her dad built that's way better than Vicky the robot, and she's got, like, all this shit, like a Rolls Royce that's, like, crayon-colored, and, like, music recording studio, and a bat cave, and...
a ton of wardrobe. And I'm like, why didn't she just sell all that shit to pay for the...
I don't know, but I was laughing real hard when, like, they were using candles. Electricity was shot. And man, not only was Rio, like, boring, he was totally useless. Like, they had the plumbing, they were doing the vacuuming, and all he had to do was fix one wire. He fixed the wire and fell off the thing and broke the other
everything.
Shit.
Yeah.
Rio, go. Get out of here. You were not
He did save them from falling off the cliff.
Okay, yes, he was helpful in that sense. I did love that there was a literal
cliffhanger. Yes.
Yes. So good. I love that she just has a boyfriend from the get-go. Like, it's not going to be a thing. Like, he's just here.
He's
like,
there,
I mean, later the scandal episode, there is like a romantic subplot with her baby sister, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Is there?
The phrase, I would rewatch this just like drunk to like hear lines like, it's an illusion, and the way that they say it, because it's real funny the way that they say it. And then in the scandal episode, they were like, we're going to do this thing. And one of the Misfits is like, they'll be devastated.
The Misfits are like a cartoon version of all-female Quiet Riot. Like, that is just...
I don't know, Ryan. I gotta tell you, can we talk about the music? Because I feel like they were so subtle.
Their little music videos. That, like...
Yeah, what do you think the song "Winning Is Everything" is really about?
I don't know. I don't. It was hard to tell. I think there's a lot of context and metaphor that they used.
Yeah, I feel like I could, maybe I could write a thesis using just Misfits from Jem songs.
Yeah, or
out of my
just
way.
This is just the beginning. Like, what? Man, I don't know. Out of My Way, that was a hard one too. Like,
Out of My Way was so good because it made me think about the song by Move by Beyonce, which starts, "Move out the way, I'm with my girls and we all need space." I was like, yeah. Beyonce was watching some Jem down there in Houston when she was growing up. That had to happen.
She must have been, but oh my god, it's so bad. I mean, I'm like, what the fuck? Question mark. Like,
I'm really sad that you did not watch any other episodes because in Scandal they introduce a British pop star named Sean something, and he has a Cockney Scouse Australian accent, and he just keeps going through them all the time. And I'm like, why am I not an actor? Like, I could have been an actor in the 80s. Like, he was fine. Like, just hire anybody.
Was it like talking to me when I try to do an accent?
Yes, you could have been a voice actor in the 80s. It's fine. Everybody, like you show up on time, you're done. You got it. I thought all the clothes, the costumes, the hair, the makeup, all of that was really fun. And I loved the music videos that they would go into. I absolutely adored them. And I loved that in two of the ones that I saw, one in each of these episodes, Pizzazz, who is the leader of the Misfits, gets real big and scary.
Yeah, I did kind of like that. Like when she became the giant football player, like,
yes,
like the incredible 50-foot woman or whatever. Like, yeah, that was pretty awesome.
And that went like super fast, and they were just like super cuts, and like it was all like Alice in Wonderland stuff every time, where it was like,
yeah,
winners over here, loser sitting in the chair. Like, it was really fun. So I enjoyed. Yeah, I mean, I think I went in expecting it to be absolute garbage. So I think, pleasantly surprised it was absolute garbage, but it was also kind of entertaining.
To me, like, so I watched this right after watching Working Girl, and like it was almost like watching a cartoon version of Working Girl.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah,
because of all the hair and makeup, like the giant hair and all the makeup. It was just like it was like an animated version of like all of those secretaries.
Yeah.
It was just like, Jesus Christ. Not to
that's all right.
Okay. Yeah.
No. I mean, so Jem was introduced as competition. Hasbro's Jem was up against Mattel's Barbie and the Rockers.
Yes.
And
I remember Barbie and the Rockers. I think I had that Barbie too.
I think we did. Yeah. I kind of remember. They had like maybe a TV special or something, but they actually discontinued the Jem dolls because rather than driving sales like it would now, because everybody's got money and spends it on everything, it actually cut back on sales of both Jem and Barbie. Like people had to choose.
Oh.
So, like instead of having both and, it was like people were picking either or. Since then, at various Comic Cons, people have reproduced the Jem dolls, and they sell out and cost over $100 each. So some people really, really still like Jem.
I did Google the dolls to see, like, because I could only kind of vaguely remember what she looked like, and like some of the ones I looked at were very terrible. Or in terrible condition.
Yeah. Well, no, the reproductions. I don't think people are paying that for the original dolls. I mean, they might be, but
I don't know. Maybe the ones I saw were reproductions too. But yeah, and it looks like they're actually making new ones, or maybe that's people doing reproductions. I don't know, but I didn't go too far down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. Yeah. But did you know that there was a live action version of Jem released in 2015?
No, I didn't.
I watched the trailer.
Oh, Jesus.
It looks so bad.
Oh, wow.
It looks like if you took a Mandy Moore movie and tried to make it like a little punk rock. Like, it looks so bad. Apparently, it was only in theaters for like 3 weeks, and then they yanked it.
God.
Because it did so poorly.
Wow.
But it doesn't even look bad enough to like enjoy. Like, it just looks bad. It looks
terrible. Yeah. Like, I hate myself for watching this.
Yeah.
For wasting time when I could have been asleep or
doing anything
else. Like doom scrolling on the toilet. I don't know.
Well, that and like it tried to place it more in like a reality where it was like they lived with their aunt and they didn't have a whole foster home full of girls. Like there were just the 2 girls that were fostered by the aunt, and they had money, but they didn't have magic. Like none of that, as far as I could tell, none of that exists. Maybe there was
wasn't a little magic, Heather. That was technology.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know how much holographic. So it seemed like they took they tried to make it more like teen girl bullshit. Like, now we're famous and you're more famous and we hate you and that kind of, I mean, it's just like, why? Yeah. Like, just make it like that. It's like fucking Ghostbusters. Like, just make it fun like the original. Like, why? There's no reason. Like, you don't need to make it something that we would accept now. Clearly, do Dirty Dancing and just go back and remake it. So that's all I got. But I do want to give a shout out to our buddy Greg, who probably listens to the podcast and is celebrating the Barbie movie and his birthday.
Yes. Hey, I got my job assignment. I got 3 options to choose from. So, yes, our friend Greg, for his birthday, is created a Facebook invite. And, you know, as soon as you said you were going, he has this giant spread list sheet of everyone who's going. And every person has 3 job options to choose from that they are supposed to dress as in Barbie fashion to go to the Barbie premiere at the historic Kentucky Theater. And so my options are campaign manager is option 1. Uh-huh. Train conductor is option 2. And option 3, which probably should have been option 1, but pastry chef.
Ah, well, maybe he wanted to give you a chance to
break out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was totally in love with that concept, and then you added spreadsheet to it, and now I'm having little...
I'll send you a screenshot of the spreadsheet.
Last week, there were people who visited, and they were talking about the new roommate, and he's great because he's only there like some of the time because he works for, I don't remember, the United Nations or something important, and he's gone a lot of the time. And someone was describing him and said, well, he got his master's degree at the London School of Economics. It was like, I didn't think that anyone would ever say anything again that would make me want to fuck them. And hearing that someone has a master's degree from the London School of Economics, I would sleep with you. Like, I'm sure this child is not interested in me at all, but I was just like, you know, my little ovaries like put up their feelers like, what? And making a spreadsheet for a party, ovary feelers, beep, 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 beep. Also happening in Lexington, Kentucky, to celebrate Barbie, our friend Megan has rented out to do a private screening. So we're a little bit excited about Barbie movie, and our friends are real fucking excited about the
Yes, and Ben's family is really not excited about it, and I don't know enough about the movie to understand why.
Yeah, we're not sure about the conservative backlash.
Yeah.
Because it's
I mean,
not
because
like
they buy their daughter Barbies, so it's not just a Barbie thing. And I don't want to find out enough about the movie that I'm, like, I just want to go and pleasantly surprised and enjoy what's happening. So I haven't watched any trailers or read anything about it. They were very upset last night when I mentioned it at dinner, and like, we will not be watching that movie. Like, oh, okay.
Whatever. People need to get a grip. So what are some of your Barbie memories, Rian?
What are some of my Barbie memories? Yeah. Well, you know what? I'll just publicly admit that I probably played with Barbies up until I was even in high school.
Okay.
So
why?
Something I can talk. Why? I don't know. I mean, I think just because
putting clothes on them, or
no, like putting clothes on them. It wasn't just like, I'm gonna be a fashion designer and make clothes for my Barbies. No, it was like actively playing with, and and I think it, short answer, I was not a very happy teenager. I felt very excluded from the experiences of normal teenagers. I felt like there was a lot of like normal by like the fucking movies I watched and music I listened to and media that I consumed as to what was a normal teenage experience. And then there was definitely like things that I like couldn't do, right? When my friends and I would like get together and play and whatever. So I think it was like a way for me to like not live in a fantasy world, but be in a fantasy world where I could maybe act out some of the things that I felt like I was missing in the moment,
Yeah.
So, I mean, the same as a child, like, I'm going to be Jennifer Grey and put on this, Yeah. So if you play with Barbie as an adult or a teenager, it's okay, but you might want to find someone to talk to, too.
Yeah. You might be clinically depressed. You never know. It's worth finding out.
I 100% was clinically depressed. Man, Barbie and I have a sordid history, I will say. There was the time that the year we lived with our grandparents and our cousin, Dad's parents, and I guess our grandfather found my Barbies in a compromising position, unclothed. And I was in 4th grade. And so he told Mom. And so then she tried to have a sex talk with me.
Okay.
And that's something I remember. And she said something about like her and Dad. And I was like, oh my God, I know you've had sex at least twice. Stop talking to me. There was that. And those are the unpleasant memories. Other than that, Barbies are great.
I mean, for me, that was like Barbie. Yeah, like, why wouldn't you just make Barbie have sex? Like, to me, that's what Barbies are for. Make the Barbies have sex. Like,
oh, yeah.
Cut their hair really badly and lose half their clothes and make them have sex with each other. And then, like, I know that I know we had like some kind of version of a Barbie dream house. I think we had a Barbie car. Yeah. I know I was in at some point, but also I feel like I grew out of that.
Yeah.
Early on. So not sure when.
No, but I was you were definitely not as into Barbie as I was. And I do remember that anytime I bought a new Barbie, she instantly became my favorite Barbie. And I always had more Barbies than Ken. It was always like one Ken to like 5 Barbies or 6 Barbies. Yeah, like we didn't have like all the stuff, but I remember making water beds out of like Ziploc bags filled with water. I'm done.
I just want to give a shout out to a couple of awesome listeners who she's really gone, who have been engaging with us on Instagram. My buddy Angie commented that every movie that she's watched lately fails the Bechdel test, and totally get that, totally hear it. I recommended that she check out Nicole Holofcener. I might be saying that right. Anyway, she is a director and every movie that she directs passes the Bechdel test with flying colors. And then also Joe from Lexington, Kentucky, I presume he knows Rian, commented about Ghostbusters, and that he says it may be strange as a white guy, but as a child, I remember thinking of Winston as the everyman surrogate that was supposed to represent me in Ghostbusters. And so, yeah, so thanks for engaging with the pod, you guys. We appreciate it. We obviously are not perfect people. So if you've got stuff to say to us, we would love to say stuff back. But for this, a more inclusive conversation than just the two of us talking to each other in a closet. So that's it for this special bonus episode. Check out Jem if you want. Don't check it out if you watched the 2015 movie. I don't know, give us a drunk recap of it. It looks awful.
Yeah.
And we will
just buy the shirts from Torrid and have your like nostalgia moment, but don't go back and rewatch it. Yeah. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.